Hi, everyone. Welcome to the 9th Tech Bite in our 2020-2021 series, 10 tools to use tomorrow, sorted by subject. I'm Nicole Myers. Hopefully we have spoken before, hopefully we've interacted before, but there are more Tech Bites like these if you are interested in pursuing those. So here I have our 10 tech tools that we're going to try and use as early as tomorrow, especially once our kiddos are back in person. Some of these are easier to use, but some of these definitely lend themselves to distance learning as well. So firstly, math tools. Here are two math tools. One of them is called 99 Math. It's a Kahoot kind of quizzes style math facts game. Easy to start with your kids. They don't need to have their own account and can be really great for a bell ringer or test prep. So go ahead and hit these slides and watch this video to see how 99 Math works. Another good one for math could be GeoGebra. This is an augmented reality graphing app for the iPad. So again, once our kids are in person, if we can utilize some of those iPads, this will create this awesome kind of 3D version of the graphs that our kids are making in either algebra or geometry and really make them pop and come to life. So it could be a very cool tool to use in our math classes. In ELA, we could be using Pixabay. It's a royalty-free image finder. And the images here that you can see are really great images. So we don't have to worry about where we can kind of use it as a way to teach kids when we need to make a citation and when we necessarily don't. And so because these are royalty-free, we don't have to worry about that as much. So it's just a good teaching tool and also a really good way to use some really great images. Another one for our kids for ELA or social studies or science or you can say it used for math is Actively Learn. This is an interactive reading platform. It's really great for adding questions. It breaks up the text so that when you get to a certain question, the kids can't go below that part of the text until they've answered that question. So it's really good for a lot of different purposes, but if you're having them read online, Actively Learn is a huge resource that could be helpful to your kids. A couple of science tools. The first is called XB. This is a really cool site where it talks about really interesting algebra and biology concepts. So again, maybe more for secondary upper kids, but could be a really cool resource. It makes interactive lessons. And we could use even that, going back to the grid method, we can use this as extensions of the grid method to really engage our kids and dive deeply. Another cool augmented reality app for the iPad is called WWF Free Rivers. So it kind of talks about the impacts of building and breaking down dams using augmented reality for that really great experience. So this could be a really cool one, again, if we have the iPads in person or if certain kids can download this app on their phones or we give this as an optional assignment, could be a really cool thing to look into for our science kiddos. For social studies, we spent a lot of time at our last Pete and C conference talking about GarageBand and all the cool things it can do. So again, if we're using either the iPads, we're using it as an optional assignment, we're using their phones, GarageBand is a really cool option to do student podcasting. So if we're thinking about making that part of your upcoming, universe and trying to figure out how you're going to get the kids to kind of record their voices, GarageBand is a really cool way that we could hear what our kids know without maybe having them with us in person. And then Sphero robots, again, when our kids are coming back in person, we can utilize some of these ideas. We have access to Sphero robots in the district already. So when we have them, we could really get into coding, we could get into storytelling, just a really cool ways to utilize tech that we already have in the district. For our electives, we have a couple more tools. One is called Wix Editor. This is a neat kind of game creation and animation tool. Gets again with kind of coding and scripting and some of the really creative and techie pieces that all can be done with their Chromebooks. So something really neat to get into, no matter where our kids are, Wix Editor could be a cool resource that you can dive into. And then finally, last one is a tracing projector. So again, this is nice if they have iPads, if we have our iPads, if they have their phone, it just could be another optional way to do something really cool with art or sculpture or graphic design or kind of whatever we want to do. Being able to use this version of augmented reality could be something really interesting as well. So that was pretty quick, but those are our tech tools. Each has a video attached to the slide. So if you want to kind of dive in further, you can watch those videos if you're interested at all. But those are 10 tech tools that are easy enough that you can give them as either options or requirements that our kiddos could use tomorrow. If you are interested in more Tech Bites, I have the other 8 linked up here. You are welcome to pursue them. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. Thanks so much for your time today and have a good one.